So hey guys, we are back with another video, and in this particular video we are going to talk about model context protocol. So I think a lot of people already know about this term MCP that is in the trend right now. Everyone is talking about MCP, and then we have the concept of A2A by Google. So maybe A2A we can discuss in the next video. It's not exactly same as MCP, even not exactly similar, but it has some similarities, right? So yeah, in this video we are going to start from the very scratch. What was before MCP, what it has changed, and what is the future, right? So let's start. So the current LLM phase, right? Current LLM phase goes something like this: that you give it input, it is going to generate an output for you, right? But then I think we came up with some new concepts that okay, maybe we can give it an additional database, something like RAG, or maybe we can provide it with function calling that we call agents, right? This way it can help us, do external things out of just generating text, right? Which is the only thing LLM could do. Now we came up with this concept of RAG or tools knowledge. I think we all know about the RAG pipeline, right? That how a RAG works. We have an external database where we fetch the top 10 top key results provided to LLM, and now LLM has the knowledge of outside world, right? Tools have the power to call APIs, maybe like a web search. You can do a web search using a maybe Brave API or Bing Search API. Then you have API call to a weather API, right? So now you also have the power to use external APIs and tools to fetch results that were not fed it to the model while training, right? Obviously, it's not possible to keep feeding the latest. Now, I think going back to now we are when we are making these tools, right, and knowledge, we are writing some code which is sticking the whole tools and knowledge to the LLM. This is the glue code that you can say that we are sticking the whole thing to the LLM, right? Now coming to what MCP is doing. So it is acting as a universal layer, right? Maybe this analogy which you can say, I think I took it from one of the videos of a YouTuber who explained it in a very good way. So I thought I'll just copy it. See guys, whenever we have multiple things that are stuck into a particular thing, we want a universal layer which can actually connect the multiple features of a model to through a single, right? Think it like this: we have multiple things like keyboard, mouse, monitor, webcam that we have connected to a laptop using multiple ports. Now let's imagine we have a universal C cable, right, through which we can connect all the things to it, and it will be connected to the laptop. Simple as that, right? Make things cleaner and better for us. That is what MCP is doing. It is taking UC. Think of MCP as a USB-C for all AI integrations, right? It is providing a universal way for all AI models to connect to different devices and data sources. Yeah, this is how it is going to. You have an MCP server, MCP, right? The MCP code here. All the server one, maybe server two. Server one can has a lot of things. It can have files. It can has database. The server two can has tools, web search, API calls, everything. And now you're putting this all into a MCP module, right? And now this MCP module is connected to the LLM. So you have structured a universal way of how things are going to happen, and now everyone has to follow that context. Now coming to the part of think of MCP as REST API, right? So REST API has universal ways, right? Get, post, patch, delete, right? These are the things that that REST API has. Now we are defining MCP as a like model context protocol as a universal way of how things are going to get defined. Okay, that resources are going to will be defined like this: that this is a database, this is a text file, maybe this is a external cloud storage, and maybe tools you can provide like in a particular schema, right? Okay, this is the tool, this is a tool description, this is the input parameters we are expecting, a particular schema you are defining, right? So MCP is a Python library which has been released, like it is a Python SDK also, but I think they have also released it in JavaScript, they have released it in Java, so people over from there also, right? But I'm explaining from Python SDK purpose that it is a Python SDK that has been released, which can be used as a way to define all the tools, all the resources, all the prompts in a particular format. And now, if everyone is going to follow this universal format, it becomes really easy for LLM to understand. Okay, this is a descriptive format in which things will be provided to it, because it is the best on planet, right? So they have already made a prompt this good that okay, the model will be easily able to understand it, right? And in future, when they are going to train the models, they are going to follow this particular context to train the model, and it is going to make the life of a developer who is training the model easy, of clients who are going to use the MCP, all these tools and resources easy, right? So yeah, this is how things go, right? You have a server, the protocol is followed through it, it is given to client, and you get access to all data sources. You get access to maybe Postgres, you get access to cloud buckets, you get access to tools like web search, brave search, Bing API, weather API, no limit, right? So now you're going to think who are these clients. So these LLM applications have a particular client side. Maybe I have Cloud Desktop, then you have Cursor, maybe Windsurf, right? So these are the clients which are going to handle all the things at the backend, and server are the places where you're going to define all the things, right? Now, benefits, as I already told you, it makes things flexible. It makes it is simplified development. Now it is a very clean code development, because now okay, these are the patterns I need to follow, and easy maintenance, right? No more need to maintain the whole code of that glue code, right, that you are writing. So that part is completely gone. You need to simply follow the MCP protocols, right? Now the best part is, suppose if a company changes something in its API, you don't have to do anything, right? The company has a MCP. It is going to define all the, like, make the changes in that API in the backend. You just have to simply call the things. Okay, these are all the features available. Okay, so the MCP transforms the API into a model-friendly tool, complete with auto discovery, a predictable schema, and a structured interaction. Okay. Now let's take an example. Let's say you have a Gemini API, right, client. Then you have an MCP client and the MCP host. Okay. Let's say the input was, okay, I need to book a flight from Delhi to Vietnam. Let's say, okay. So the client is going to get the query, and it is going to fetch all the possible tools and resources it has, using the call of list all tools. That is an inbuilt function in MCP. Now when it is going to list, okay, I have 4 tools. One is flight booking. One is so basically inside each server you have multiple tools, right? So let's say you have 2 servers. One is flight booking server, another is let's say payment server. Okay, and inside payment server you have 2 options: do payment, give an input of payment, and second is check the current balance. And similarly inside flight server you have check the current status of a flight, book a flight. So these all 4 functions are listed by the model. Okay, these are all the 4 functions, and these are the description of all functions. Now model is going to describe things there, right? That okay, this is going to functions that are available. Now you have to choose. So model is going to choose, okay, I need to use this book flight, and these are the parameters that I need to give. Input, like input airport, like the I think departure airport is Delhi, and destination airport is, let's say, Vietnam. Okay, maybe Hanoi city. So then this whole function is going to get run in the backend, where the Google Flights API will be used. You will get the data, it will be provided to LLM. Okay, that this was a chat that was going on, and this is the data I'm providing you. Then on the basis of that, the model is going to respond, okay, this was the thing I requested, I got it. Now I'm going to return to the user that these are all the flights that are available. Tell me which one want you book. Okay, so simple as that, right? You're simplifying all the things, making things universal, right? Now the conclusion goes like this, right? Before we used to have this all blue code, right? This API 1, API 2, database 1, database 2, tools 1, tool 2, something like this. Now you have a unified API, right? MCP that you're using. Everything is integrated into this, and you can simply use it. Now companies have already started this. So there is this website, right? awesomemcpservers.com. I think awesomemcp.com, something like that. You can search it. I'll provide the link as usual in the description. All the big companies like GitHub, GitLab, Google Drive, Google Maps have already started releasing their MCP servers. You can directly go and use them. Simple as that. Now they have provided, if you go to this website, in each of them they have provided the functions that they have. Functions, I mean tools that they have inside each server. That, let's say, GitHub has of 10 features possible. That okay, you can create a pull request, you can merge a pull request, you can review a pull request. These are all the functions that are available. So make things simplified, right? So yeah, I would suggest you guys go and have a look on the MCP server website. It's mcpserver.com. I think MCP model context protocol.com. I'll link on the link as usual. You guys can go and study about it, right? That how things are defined there. And I think if someone has Cloud Desktop, you guys can simply go and try MCP out there on it. You can do any particular server, let's say Brave or anything, get the API and provide the API and put that in the edit config.json, right? It makes things easy. Maybe I'll create a video in future about how a practical MCP looks like from the code side. Okay, so yeah guys, that was it for the video. I hope you guys learned something new. What is exactly MCP and why is it helpful for us? So I'll see you in the next one. Thank you and have a nice day.